Hello everyone. I am a little bit early today because I was making sure that the YouTube thing was going to work this time for me, and it looks like I figured it out. Last night, me and my husband went on and we did kind of a little testing video just to make sure all was good. Now the hard thing is now I have to figure out how I am going to watch myself during the live video. I have to figure out how to do that. So that's the one thing that I didn't see. Hello, Kim. Welcome. I'm glad you were able to make it in. Yes, so that is one thing. Since I have now switched to the YouTube, you will have to make sure to log into your YouTube account. If you don't have one, it is free to create one. Hello, Kay. And that is how you will be able to do the live chat with me. So it's a kind of a whole learning curve. I'm not used to going live on YouTube. I used to do it a while back. I used to do coffee and cards, but it was not a full class like this. It was one card that I would do and it was like maybe a 45-minute show. Hello, Linda. I'm so glad that you guys found me. I'm so glad to see you guys coming in here. Again, I wish I could see myself from another device. I have my iPad. Let me see if I can actually watch myself. I don't know if I can or not because I am on my account. I think I might have to log into, see, I haven't gotten that far, but I wasn't too worried about that. I was more worried about just seeing you guys and having you guys be able to see me. Because we all know how these things can be. So the craziest thing is thank you so much, Kay, for liking and sharing. The craziest thing is that YouTube has changed their whole way of doing things since the last time I had done a live. So now you have to go into your settings. So every time I create a live link for you guys, like I'll do it the day before, so you guys will have that link ready for you. Every time I do that, I have to go into these special advanced setting things in order to have it rotate my camera. Because remember last week, that was my biggest problem, is I had tried and I had tried and I had tried to get my camera to flip sideways so I could be landscape style, how you're seeing me right now. And it was not working out in my favor at all. So what I had to do was get on YouTube and watch other people's videos, because we all know if you can't do something, YouTube will teach you how. if there's anything in the world that I don't know how to do, then I YouTube it, because there's always somebody else in the world that has figured it out. And so I actually had messaged Kelly, my team leader, and I was like, hey, you do YouTube lives. What in the world is going on? Well, by this time, I had already watched the video waiting for her to get back to me. And she had given me kind of the lowdown, and she said, yeah, she goes, it was crazy because when YouTube did this whole update thing, she said they were all scrambling. Like her, Dina, and Barb, they were all like out of their minds crazy trying to figure out how to then get their phones to rotate to do a live video with their, with their people. And so my oldest daughter fixed her furnace watching YouTube. Exactly, right? There's so many things on the RV that we didn't know anything about. So we would put in the make and the model of the RV that we have. And lo and behold, somebody on YouTube has made a video on how to, what buttons mean and what's what. So yeah, you can do anything from YouTube. YouTube is the new teacher. So yeah, it's kind of funny how, those things, how it works that way. Oh, look, I can see myself. Hee hee, it's working. We got this. Okay, so now I have to put that in my little phone holder over here. I'm gonna shake you guys around just for a few seconds so I can actually see your guys' comments. Because once I go to turn this phone around, like when we go to do our actual card making, I won't be able to see your guys' comments. So hold tight, bear with me just 2 seconds. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! We can see live chat. We got this. Yeah, yeah. Okay, enough of that. I might make my viewers run away. Okay, so anyways, oh my gosh, you guys. Woohoo! I have some amazing news. Our barn should be here this week. And oh my gosh, I have to show you guys. I got the happiest mail ever. So Frida, you guys know her here on, well, you guys know her from my Facebook channel, but either way, she still watches my videos. And so she had sent me this amazing little crafting barn that she created just specially for me. And she said, she goes, you were my inspiration on this. So I just got it in the mail today and I go, oh girl, I go, I'm going to be showing that on video today. And she goes, oh, okay. So here, I have to show you guys how stinking adorable this is. This is going to be cherished for so long. Look at this. This is made out of paper. The top comes off that you can store things in. So the little lid goes on just like that. And I have, whoops, I don't have it on straight, but you guys get the idea. So I figured, okay, this is me and Andre. And look, she even said the pink barn at the top. And then look, every side that you turn it to has a new little scene there. Look at this little pig. Ah! And down there on the floor part, it looks like grass and she's put little flowers. And then when you turn it again, there's all of my little farm animals. Look, there's a cow and a pig and some chickens. And we actually got these kind of windows put in our barn that is coming. And my husband even had them put the little window boxes on there to be able to plant little flowers and stuff. And look, she even went as far as the little details of having the window up here. And then you turn it, look at that tractor. And it says Farmer's Market. Oh, I am just in love with this. I thought, what a cute idea. What perfect, like if you did craft shows, like at your local, like the craft fairs that they have for like Christmas time or the different kinds of holidays. Us out here locally where we're at, we have a harvest festival, is what it's called, where people will sell their Christmas crafts or Halloween, fallish kind of things. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I mean, this would be extremely time consuming, don't get me wrong, but to have some of these set up to sell, because look at how deep it is inside of there. You could store so many things inside of this box. Like for me, this is going to be my storage for cards. When I have, because on Facebook, over on my Pink Barn Stampers private group, I have a thing where every month I send out birthday cards to people who would love to be part of that. And so I can put my cards in there for the month that I have to mail out, and then I'll know, okay, I have this many cards, I have this many to mail out, and that is the perfect like size for my monthly cards. So that's going to be perfect. And it's like totally customized for me. I felt like when I opened that up and my husband was standing next to me, he goes, what is that? I go, oh my God, she like did it perfect for me. It's my pink barn. So he thought that was pretty cool. He was like, that is awesome. He goes, wow, she put a lot of work into that. And I go, absolutely she did. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, so if you guys are a part of Dina, Kelly, and Barb, they did a catalog kickoff. Well, during the catalog kickoff, they had a card layout challenge, which I accepted the challenge and I went ahead and created a card. I think Kelly said there was like 87 people who submitted cards on that. I was the winner. And so I just got my package in the mail from Kelly, and she had sent this really pretty hello card. I love the way she did this with those different angles of the designer series paper. Hello, crazy cat lady. I'm not sure who that is, but hello. See, and that's the other thing that after I'm done doing this, I'll tell you guys about that. And so she sent me, this is the Fully Flowering Ephemera Pack. This is so neat. I can't wait to start making cards with this. And then look at this. Then she threw in a pack of the 2024-2026 in color resin dots. So how exciting is that? I love Happy Mail. It just so makes my day. So there we go. I had to definitely share with you guys that stuff before we got too far. I just posted pictures right before I went live here. We just had our floors redone in our kitchen. The contractor comes back tomorrow to do my son's room. Whew, it is like super hot in here, or I'm having a hot flash. One of the two. Look at this. My neck is starting to get all red. Oh, geez Louise. So he just redid our floor. I just put pictures, if you're over on Facebook, on my on my personal page, you can see the pictures. And then I actually think I put some pictures on Stampin' the Pink Barn as well. I think I put them there as well. But it's such a difference. Like, you wouldn't think that just putting new flooring in inside of our kitchen would make such a huge difference, because that home that we have is very, very dated. It's from like either early 80s or mid 80s is when that house was built. And so it's got some dated things in it. And as you can see from the pictures, my cupboards are horrendous. They're like that particle board stuff. So we're trying to figure out if we're going to just have cupboards, just the doors. Our contractor said that he could make new doors for us, and then we could paint the cupboards, because the integrity of the cupboards are great. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just the doors are made out of this cheap, like, it feels like a fibrous fabric type stuff. I don't know. It's really weird. So he said, he goes, yeah, we could design some doors and I can cut them to fit, make them custom. So I don't know. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do there. But just doing that flooring made such a huge difference. He's going to come back tomorrow and he's going to do my son's bedroom. We just ripped up all the carpet out of my son's room. So when we're done here with this video, I will go home and bleach that floor, and then they will do the flooring on that. So that's super exciting, to have all these new, upgrades happening in your home. Also this morning, I had the home modification people, had an appointment with me today to get a deck built on the back of our home, because most of you guys know that that have been watching me for a while, we had an issue because we can't get my daughter's wheelchair in and out of my home because of the fact that we have stairs coming up the front, and in the back it's this little tiny door that a wheelchair cannot fit through. Well, because of where that door is, we have a hot water heater, and then we have our air conditioner. So there's no way to even get through the hallway. Even if we were to expand that door, her wheelchair would just get stuck. We wouldn't be able to get through there. So home modification came before, when they had expanded the doors in our bathrooms so my daughter can get in and out she's got like this walker thing that she has to walk around in. They expanded our doors and put bigger doors in and made the walls or the openings wider so she can cruise in and out. And so he had told us, he said, well, we had an existing window and we had French doors put in. And so where the French doors are, now there's nothing. If you walk out the French doors, you're going to fall flat on your face in the dirt. And there's kind of maybe 2.5, 3 foot drop from the door to the ground. So we were like, okay, we want to have a deck put in, because then my daughter, we already have a lift that we can put onto a deck that raises and lowers to get her in and out of the home. So the state has told us that because of it's a safety issue, they will come and do it. And we already have the lift and stuff. They will just come in and put a deck on and put her lift back up there. So he came today, and so he said within 90 days, we should have the deck built and the ramp or the lift on there to get her in and out. So holy geez, there's a lot going on in my home. So yeah, that's all good. But in the meantime, you've got people coming and going, and so whatever. It's going to be wonderful once it's done. My daughter loves, especially now that we have those French doors and they have the big glass pane. She loves standing there. And so what I'm doing on the outside, there's a big tree that sits out in front of those doors. I have planted some ice plant along the bottom, and then I planted, it's kind of not aloe vera, but it's some kind of succulent that my friend gave me, and it's called something Mexican piñata or some kind of piñata plant. And it's got these really neat little leaves on it that kind of have these little, they almost look like little teacups that stick on the edges of the leaves. And those will bloom these little hollow looking, they're like a purplish pink color, that they look like little piñata bags. It's really kind of cool when I looked up the pictures of it. So I've planted those out there. She's got a little bird bath that she can look out at. We have this little water feature down below that I fill up with water. And so since I've put all those water, the new little water features out there, we've had a little rabbit, a wild rabbit, that comes up every day, and he drinks out of the little fountain thing that I have out there, which is really cute. So I'm always telling her, I go, look at the little rabbit out there. So she stands there at the door and she looks. And then we've had these huge, or they're not huge, but these really beautiful, bright, vibrant cardinals keep flying by. Well, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard this saying or not. Maybe it's just, something I've heard. But that cardinals are somebody who has passed, and they come to, have their presence be with you. I don't know if that's true or not, whatever, but I'll take it. So it's funny, every day this last week, we've had this really beautiful, bright red cardinal come to the tree. And he gets where the little bird feeder is, and he'll sit on it, and then he flies up to the branch, and then he flies back to the bird feeder. Well, my husband's father passed, was it last year or the year before? And so I always tell him, I go, look, it's your dad coming to visit us. And he kind of thinks I'm hokey, but I was like, so now lately, since I keep saying it, he's like, look, my dad's out there. So I'm like, well, he's coming to say hi. I don't know. You got to go off of something, right? So it's just kind of cute. And of course, that is our state bird here in Arizona, is the cardinal. We even have one of the sports teams are the Cardinals. So it's just kind of a neat thing when you see those. We've also had a roadrunner who keeps coming into the backyard. The wildest thing. This roadrunner jumped up inside of one of the trees, stole one of the baby birds, and took off running. The mama bird jumped out, took off running after it, but he was already gone by the time because I got so excited that we had a roadrunner, so close and in the backyard. And then it did that. And I was like, what in the world is wrong with you? I was like, I so love seeing you. Now you can take a hike, buddy. That was rude. You didn't need to do that. Oh, well. Survival of the fittest, I guess that's how you have to see it, right? Okay. So this week, I am going to be using the Country Birdhouse Bundle. Now, with this bundle, it is a suite collection that actually has 2 different bundles in it. It's got 2 different papers in it. It's got the, oops, I forgot the other paper. Oh, no, I didn't. I brought them both over. It's got the Country Woods and the Country Lace in it. And I will be using a small piece of the Country Woods, because next week I will do the next week I will do the Country Birdhouse bundle. This week I'm doing the Country Flowers. Geez, I'm confused. What else is new? So next week I'll do Country Birdhouse using this, because since I'm only making 3 cards, I wouldn't be doing it justice, especially each bundle, if I was to only make 3 cards with both of those sets, because it's such an amazing set. I think, because I kind of like that country look. So I was like, I really want to represent both of these bundles separately, so that's why I'm doing that. But you can buy both bundles in a whole suite collection. So I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I think I have talked enough to you guys and given you guys the rundown, what is going on in my life and all the craziness. And of course, I'm still having this hot flash. I'm dying in here. Yes, it is very comforting. I have several cardinals in my in my yard. They are so pretty. Yeah, they're an amazing bird. And it's really kind of crazy when you see the female ones, because I've always been told that the males are the prettier red ones. And then when you see the females, not to say that they're not pretty as well, but they're just not as colorful. They more have the gray down the back, but then they still have that really pretty red on their heads. And I think they actually have some of the red on their chest, it's either red or like a yellow color. But yeah, they're amazing to watch. And just when they come around, it is a very comforting feeling having them around. So yeah, we're really enjoying now that we're kind of making, yes, the males are red. Okay, that's what I thought. And so the crazy thing is I've never really been an outdoorsy person, especially in the summer around here, because it's just so bloody hot that who wants to go out? So for Father's Day, I was thinking, since I'm making this whole little like gardening thing that's kind of set up, that I'm going to get him one of those double swings with the little canopy over the top that I figured we can set out there, because him and my daughter like to go out during the evenings. We don't really do the bonfire thing anymore because it's too hot at night. It's still like in the 90s at night. So I figured we can watch the sunset on that one side of the yard there, because we do have amazing sunsets here in Tucson, Arizona. So yeah, that's just kind of one of those things that I'm kind of playing around. I want to get some really neat plants going. My husband bought me a really beautiful plant for Mother's Day that is out there that has these little vining things. I had to move it out of the direct sun because it was starting to burn the leaves. So now it's under that tree as well. So I'm going to have it kind of vining up some of those big branches of the tree. I'm hoping to just make it very green and beautiful under there. So it's just a place that we want to go and watch the birds. And since the deck is going to be right there in front of that tree, my daughter won't actually have to go out into the dirt, but she can take either her wheelchair or her walker and go out on the deck and be able to stand there and watch the birds and hear them. Because, you know, it's one thing to be able to see them out of a window, but to hear the different noises that all these birds make is just phenomenal. I love listening to them. So it's going to kind of be a whole little thing. And I just planted a bunch of aloe vera because God knows aloe vera is great for sunburns. And because we've got crazy sun here, yeah, we're going to need it. And because my parents just got their pool put up, they just had the contractors put that up for them. We're going to be spending a lot of time out there this summer. The other thing is I just went and had some labs done from the endocrinologist. And he said, he goes, I knew this was going to be this way because of everything that's going on in your life. He said, I knew your vitamin D levels were going to be extremely low, which they are. So he said, you know, get out there in the pool, just make sure you wear sunblock because you are a very, you know, light, pale skinned girl. And I have very red tones to me anyways, that I burn something fierce if I'm out in the sun for too long. But I definitely need to raise my vitamin D levels. So that is the thing. So we'll be in the pool. Okay, so let me get you guys flipped around here. I think I see the button right there to do that, so I'm going to get to it. I also have a couple things that I want to tell you about, a couple of changes that I'm going to be doing as far as, because we're doing YouTube, I'm going to be changing things for mystery stamping. So I'm going to get you guys flipped around and then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with that. So hold tight. You might want to close your eyes at this point because I am going to be spinning this. I try to keep my hand on there so you don't get too dizzy. Let me move this light so you're not getting the crazy light. Okay, I think that is good right there. Yep. We got it? Yep, I think that's gonna work. All right, I'm gonna not touch it. You guys can open your eyes if you had your eyes shut. I think we are straight and good. Okay, so for mystery stamping this month, mystery stamping is going to be happening on June 12th. So that is going to now be, instead of me going live on my regular Stampin' the Pink Barn page, because I've got so many followers now in the Pink Barn Stampers group, and because that's where you have to be already in that group to go ahead and submit your cards, I'm going to actually start going live in that specific group. So if you want to join in mystery stamping, you will have to be a part of the Pink Barn Stampers group over on Facebook. It is a private group. There are a couple of questions that you have to answer, and you have to have some kind of picture in your profile. So that little circle that's up in the, I believe it's the left-hand corner, I do require some kind of photo on there, whether it be your pet, whether it be a sunset, whatever it is that you choose. It just can't be the generic one that has like the silhouette of a head, because that way there's some bots that try to come in, or, you know, the things that aren't what we want to be in our group. I try to keep us as safe as possible, not to say that, you know, snaky things don't happen, because guess what? It's the world that we live in. But I will be putting the supply list out this Wednesday. So just in 2 days, I'll put the supply list out. You'll find all the details over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. I have not put it up yet, but I will do that this evening. And then come the 12th, which is a Wednesday, I will actually go live on Pink Barn Stampers group and do the actual mystery stamping video, and we will make that card together. And then you will have until the 19th to go ahead and get your card created using the same layout or technique that I show you. And then you will submit your card by just taking a picture of it and putting it under the video that I have provided along with the card that I've made. And that is what will get you in the drawing. And typically I give away some kind of embellishment. So yeah, it's a fun way to win yourself a little goodie, a little Happy Mail prize. So it's always fun to see what you guys create, because the other thing being said about that is you don't have to use just Stampin' Up! Products. You can use any products that you have in your stash. Thank you. Who is that? That was Cheryl. She did tell me that that's who that was watching. That's what I was going to tell you guys. So if you have your profile name as, hello, Wendy. Hello, Linda. Both Lindas are here watching us. And Miss Cheryl is in here. Hello, Peggy. You made it. Nice. So the thing is if your name is not your profile name here on YouTube, because I know sometimes you can make, like for instance, Cheryl, it's Crazy Cat Lady. I didn't know that was Cheryl. She had to explain to me. Now, is that, I'm assuming that must be, is that Cheryl Merzenik, or is that Cheryl Grimlick? See, like that kind of stuff. I don't know what Cheryl that is. Cool. Thank you for sharing over on Facebook. Thank you for sharing here. I so appreciate it. We will get to the giveaways in just a moment. Yes, it is Grimlick. Okay, that's who I thought it was, but I just wanted to make sure and double check. So the other thing is that you will have to let me know who you are when you're commenting on here. It looks like for the majority of you, it has your names on here. I can see who you are. But if you have a cute little, you know, like tagline name, you'll have to let me know who you are. So when I go to do the giveaways, I can actually see who you are and be able to give the right prize to the right person. So there's that. Okay, so let's keep moving here. I get to talking and we'll just be here all night long and we won't get cards made, and that's what you guys really came here for. So we have June is Life is Sweet. This is our current paper pumpkin that we are in the subscribe period for. This goes through June 10th. So you can subscribe to this one. It's got some really fun little fruit. It looks like little peaches in there. It's using a lot of our new peach pie color. It says, celebrate the sweet things in life with textured artistic cards. Make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes, iridescent glimmer, sentiments, and pre-cut paper pieces, vellum accents, iridescent pearls, and linen thread. So we also have the Thanks and Beyond die add-ons, which I love these for this this quarter. These are really neat dies. They can be used even beyond your quarterly kits. They're gonna go for quite some time. This butterfly can be a total standalone. I love this thanks here. And then you've got a really neat little banner or label for your sentiments, or you can add the butterfly to that. It's just a really neat little add-on to have, just like I said, to be on its own, or they do coordinate with our current last quarter, or this quarter that we're in, with the 3 paper pumpkins. So just to let you guys know that, you will find more details on that if you visit my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. If you go to promotions and scroll down a little bit, you can read all about Paper Pumpkin and what it has to offer for you. It is a standalone all-in-one kit that comes to your door or mailbox once a month. So it's really kind of cool to be able to create those cards and not have to have all the things to create those cards, because they give you everything that you need to create that. Starting Tuesday, right? No, Tuesday's tomorrow. So starting Wednesday, where are we? Wednesday the 5th. Yep. So Wednesday, we have an amazing sale starting. This is take an additional 10% off your Stampin' die bundles and any of the Stampin' cut and emboss machines. So that also includes the mini as well. So with all of our bundles, when you bundle a item that is already like in the catalog as a bundle, you're gonna already save 10% on that bundle. But now those bundles are gonna be an extra 10% off. So if you've been eyeballing any of those new bundles that are together, you're gonna definitely wanna get them now, where you can save another extra 10% off on those. And then again, if you need one of those Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, if you've been looking at those, this is a good time to get it as well, since they're gonna be an extra 10% off. Those prices are gonna be good through June 30th. So you know that if you make your list now, you'll be able to add different things as you go through the month. Like if you know you get paid on Friday, you do an order then, but then you know there's still more that you want to get and still get it at that great discount. It would be a wonderful thing to make another purchase. And oh my gosh, you guys, I have some fabulous news to tell you. I am about ready to title up in my titlement for Stampin' Up. I am about ready to hit the Silver Elite. Ooh, I'm so excited. I have to thank you guys so much, all of you who make orders with me. It is because of you guys that have helped me be where I'm at. All of you guys who are on my team. It is so amazing that I have come so close, and I know I will be there before too long. I will let you guys know when it happens. So absolutely, please shop with me, shopdannygorola.com, and I will get there. It is one of the hardest, what do they say? It is one of the hardest titlements that we have within Stampin' Up. But it's one of the biggest ones as well. Like when you achieve the Silver Elite, that's when they kind of tell you that you get the most benefits when you become the Silver Elite. So it will throw me in a whole different category with Stampin' Up that I can then kind of be with the big players, I guess you would say, our top dog players, because once you hit that, you kind of become a whole part of, now you can start going to events that other people can't attend. And so, yeah, it's just super exciting. I was telling my husband that I'm so close, and he goes, well, why don't you just, I go, no, it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna push myself there yet. If I have to, by the time that it happens, then I will, but I know I'm good. You guys are amazing with placing your orders. I will be there at, sooner than I know, but I just wanted to share it with you guys because, like I said, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for you guys. So, awesome news. Okay, so we have gone over promotions and things that are going on. So let me get out, let me put all my papers away. So let me share with you guys what we're going to be using tonight. So I am using the Country Flowers stamp set along with the Country Flowers dies. And then when, because I went ahead and I purchased the whole suite collection, it also comes with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. This can be purchased as a standalone. You don't have to purchase it together, but I'm going to be using this along with this, and I will probably use it next week too when I do the Country Birdhouse bundle that is kind of with this whole thing. Plus we've got both of these papers. So this is the Country Woods. This is all of this different kind of wood grains with the different wood colors with it. You've got some of that beautiful pool party in there. You've got some of the petal pink, and look at all of these colors. They're those very neutral colors that all kind of blend well with this paper. I am in love with it. So we're gonna be using a little bit of that tonight with this. And then we've got the Country Lace. Now I have not put my little colors in on there yet, but you can still see the grays. You've got the basic gray, the Misty Moonlight, petal pink, and smoky slate that coordinates with this paper. Very, very kind of that denim fabric-y look in this paper. I'm loving it as well. I will be using some of that tonight also. So let me get to... Let's do our giveaways really quick before I forget, because I am moving every sort of way here. So for tonight, we are going to be giving away last week's Father's Day cards. We made some really, really fun Father's Day cards. So this first card here, I used some strips of that Country Woods paper and then put the sentiment, Happy Father's Day. And I used, this is called best something, and now I can't remember, but went ahead and used that for this card. Grateful for you all year long for this wonderful Father's Day card. Now this card here is going to go to Miss Vicky Buller. So Vicky, this is coming your way. Very, very fun Father's Day card. Okay, the next card that is coming up is I used that the Take Flight Designer Series paper and the little sentiments in that. I put a couple of the clouds in here. I did a couple of the different stamping offs and then stamped the sentiment right on top of the big cloud in the inside. This one is going to, for commenting on last week's video, this is going to Miss Vicky Ekins. So Vicky, this is coming your way. Congratulations. I know I had some technical difficulties, and I know it was hard for you guys to come in and find that video. So yeah, thank you guys who did comment and let me know that you were able to watch it. The last card here, I used the trusty tools, did the little paint brushes, and then used each one of the same colors in the word dad, and then have them hanging on kind of that corrugate, or not corrugated, what is that corkboard stuff called. Then I carried the colors into the inside for another fun Beside Me. That is the name of this stamp set. I knew you guys would tell me. Miss Wendy, thank you so much. That was from the Beside Me stamp set. You can find all the instructions on how to make these cards over on my blog, and you can watch the replay video there as well. If you can't ever find my videos, always know that you can go to stampinthepinkbarn.com, and that will take you to my blog, and then you can always watch the replays from there. There is going to be the YouTube video posted there, so you can, if you can't see me directly on YouTube, you can always watch it over there as a replay, and then you can see the dimensions, the any kind of the shopping list that I put on there, and then at the end of the week I always post the instructions on how to make these cards. So it's kind of a cool thing to have there. You just click the blue, anything that's in blue is going to be clickable. That's going to be related to a link that will then take you in, so you can download the it's kind of a PDF that you can download on the instructions on how to make the cards for the previous week. So this card here, another happy Father's Day. You're the most awesome. And I'm going to include the classic matte dots. Now this is for sharing that video that I created for you guys. This is going to go to Miss Courtney Austin Darp. So Courtney, these are going to come your way. I thought these would be perfect. They're more of that neutral color, great for Father's Day cards, because I know that's what a lot of people are creating right now, because that is our upcoming, I guess, holiday, you would say. Okay. Oh, I got to put my hair up. I am hot flashing like crazy. Welcome to getting old. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Linda. Okay, let me turn my fan on myself because, whew, I'm dying. All right, let me make sure I get those in there so I don't lose anything. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this week's packet is going to look like this. So when you place an order with me and you use not that host code, because that host code is not correct, I have posted the correct host code over on the stampinthepinkbarn.com. You'll see the new host code up there. I totally forgot about this host code. So scratch out that host code. I haven't made the new flyer. I was trying to get everything else ready with all the people being in my home. But when you use my current host code, which is not this one, and spend $35, you will get this card kit in the mail. So it's going to include enough supplies to make all 3 of the cards that I am going to be creating for you guys tonight. It will also come with the envelope. Just know that anything that's going to go on the inside of your card will be tucked down inside of the back of your, like, for instance, that one's got the inside, the guts of the card are going to be tucked behind the card base. Everything that goes on the front of the card will be in front of your card base. If there are little pieces that you're going to need, I will be putting those inside of a little baggie for you, and those will be tucked in there as well. Any of the little die cut pieces that you are going to need, just so they don't get lost, or when you pull the stuff out for the cards, they don't go spraying everywhere and you wind up, you know, missing a piece that you need for your cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Card number 1 is right here. And I'm also going to be using the surprise, stylish shapes dies. We're going to need that one there and this one here. So this is the second from largest, and this is the third from the largest of our circles. And my hot mess of a die set there. We are going to be using a card base of the thick basic white. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so we have that. Then we need a piece of, this is the, I believe this is Smoky Slate. Let me make sure. Yep, Smoky Slate. I'm going to be using that eyelet embossing folder. So we're going to go ahead and emboss this. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to tuck these in here so they kind of stay together. I'm going to grab my big embossing machine. And for this, all I need is base plate number 1. And I need the specialty plate, which is the dark gray one. It is number 4. So I'm going to take my folder with my Stampin' Up logo facing me. Put my piece of paper in there, kind of try to make it as straight as possible. And with the hinge of that folder, because see how it opens here? The little hinge is up here. I'm gonna make sure I put that through first, because if I turn it this way and if this wrinkles at all in there, I can wind up completely breaking my hinge. So I want that to go in first. I'm gonna lay my plate 4 on top, and I need to bring that out a little bit. And I try to make sure that's pretty flush so I don't miss embossing any of that. And I'm going to shake the heck out of you guys for a minute so don't get seasick. Okay, that is finished. I can move this out of the way. And here is what I'm going to get with that beautiful eyelet 3D. Isn't that fun? And look how deep of an emboss that is, because that is that 3D embossing folder. That is going to go next on there. I need a piece of that beautiful Country Lace Designer Series paper. This is just a scrap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smaller one of the 2 circle dies. I'm going to run that through. And when I do, well, I did have one pre-cut. Oh, look at it, tried to be a hitchhiker. It was staying in my envelope. I will come out with a little circle like this. Okay, then I'm gonna take my bigger circle. I'm gonna put that on a piece of scrap of Lost Lagoon. And when I do, I'm gonna get that circle here. Then I need some scraps of white for this. And this is where we're gonna do some stamping. So I gotta get all my stuff out. So I need my Memento black, because we are going to be using some of our blends on that. So we need to use Memento ink to use our blends pins. Okay, and I'm going to be using, we're gonna use this image right here that has this florally pattern on it. And I need to get my block. Now we're gonna stamp this twice. Okay, I'm gonna do that right there. Give that a second to marinate, so we get a good crisp image on there. And I'm gonna do it again. Okay, voila, beautiful. And then on this little scrap, I'm going to use, we've got some great little sentiments in here. I'm gonna use with Heartfelt Symphony, Sympathy, not Symphony. Okay, let me grab a block for that. Hello, Carol, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Then you will be notified every week when I'm live with you guys. Okay, there is that beautiful little sentiment. Okay, set that aside. We're gonna do some coloring here. So I need to find them. We're going to be using, if I can find the right colors. Okay, we need, what is this? Lost Lagoon, Pool Party. Yep, that's Pool Party. Now those are awfully close, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on those. And then I need my Petal Pink. Yep, okay. Those are my 3 colors that I'm using. So again, that is Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and Petal Pink. Okay, I feel like I'm being wind blown by this fan. It's It's blowing awfully hard, and I'm like, okay, I can't handle it anymore. Thank God I don't wear contacts anymore. I'm going to go ahead and start with my pool party. I'm going to use the light pool party, and I'm just going to color in these flowers here. And then I will come back in and add some of the darker color if I need, but I don't think I'm going to because I don't think it's really needed. We're not going to be paying that much attention to this because our sentiment will be more of our focal point. Okay, so just these flowers doing in the light pool party. Yes, we are so happy to have you, Carol. Okay, there's that flower there. And I gotta do this one. Okay, let's grab our Lost Lagoon. So Lost Lagoon is gonna be more of any of my leaf images. And I just went with the light. I always feel like this is the most boring part. Not for me, but for you guys. I don't mind coloring these. It's actually, I guess you would say it's kind of therapeutic for me. And it actually makes me be quiet. That doesn't happen very often. Okay, I'm also, oops, I missed this little leaf right here. I'm also going to do this whole plant because it reminds me kind of a succulent. And Lost Lagoon, we used to have a color called Soft Succulent was the actual color of it. And this reminds me a lot of that color. So it's kind of that whole leafy, succulent color. That's what I kind of think of it as. Okay, just like that. Oops, better do this one. Forgot that we're doing two of them here. Aw, thank you, Peggy. Okay, did I get all those leaves? I think so. Now I gotta do this. Sometimes this little thing kind of plays tricks on my eyes, and some of these little white spots, it almost makes me think that it's a leaf, but then I have to kind of pull it back away from me to really make that transition to know that, no, that's just a blank space that is meant to be like where the little stem sits. Don't color it. Okay, now I'm going to grab my, I think I'm going to go in with the light petal pink here. Okay, there's that one, and we are almost done. Okay, I am going to bring in the dark petal pink. And I'm just going to, and not that we're gonna see that because we're gonna fill these in, but I definitely want to do this smaller flower that is like, with our smaller petals that is inside of this flower, just like that. It's very subtle, but nonetheless, we did it. Okay, done with those. Let me get those out of the way. We have to die cut these. I'm going to fussy cut that, and then we can get this card going. So I think for this, I'm gonna actually bring in my mini. And, oops, oh, there it is. I was gonna say I'm missing a plate here, but it's hidden. So both of these, the big and the small, will be the 10% off starting Wednesday. Now, where did I put my dies? Oh, here they are. So right over here, we've got the die that is going to match up perfectly with our floral image. Now, I say perfectly. I have to spin it around a couple times to make sure I have it on there. I'm gonna use a piece of this tape to make sure that holds in place. Okay, let's go ahead and run that through. Shake you guys around a little bit. Okay, pull that. Pull that. Set that out of the way. Let's do the next one. Oops. Why I flipped that over? I don't know. Come on now. Oh, that's right. That's where I always watch. Right here, you've got a whole bunch of little ging-a-ling. Okay, that matches up with this little ging-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yep, you like my noise effects? I don't know. Keeping it crazy, I tell you what. Okay, go through with that one. All right, I'm gonna move that out of the way. I think my mom's getting ready to go hop in the pool. I think she's putting on her bathing suit. Okay, there is my second one. This is garbage. Oh, come on, stay over there. All right, and then now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm just going to kind of just ever so wonkily, I know that's not a word, but I just made it one. Like, geez, if I was ever like in a language class, ooh, they would hate me and my coming up with my own words. Ah, yep, she's got her bathing suit on. That's where she's going. I knew she was gonna do it. Oh, I have the other one over at my house.
No, I think I gave the pink one to Helene because I didn't. Or did I give that one to you?
No, I have the whitish color one.
Okay.
That has the little floral print on the inside.
Yeah.
You can go over there. It's hanging.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna. It's alright.
I was gonna say it's hanging right there on the.
Sunscreen on my
Oh,
face.
definitely. Yeah, that sun can be brutal.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of bring this in a little bit more. Just like so. Okay, straighten that out a bit. Perfect. Okay, let's get this bad boy going. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna adhere these two together. I think it's time to bust out a new glue. I think this glue has almost expired. You know, it's so funny. My husband is so excited to make a card with us. He keeps asking me, he goes, are we gonna do it now? And I said, no, I told you that we have to wait until we get the barn set up, because I go, we don't have enough space, you know, having to deal with things now the way that they are. And he's like, okay, I can wait. And then so when he got the phone call the other day that the barn should be here this week, he goes, oh my gosh, we get to make a card. And I'm like, wow, you're super excited about this. He goes like, I am. So it's kind of funny. Okay, so we are going to put this right on our card base, like so. If I can get it straight. There we go. I know, I think he feels left out, because I'm like, I always talk about, you know, you guys, and not that I have, it's not like I know you guys like you know me. I mean, some of you, yes, but I'm always like, so when we go on a trip back to, you know, Michigan or whatever, we're gonna stop and see Peggy. And so he's gotten to know names by places that I want to visit. And so it's kind of funny, because he's like, now he wants to kind of get in on what's going on and what the scoop is. I'm like, all right, dude, you're an eager beaver, but all right, I'll take it. Yeah, it is kind of cute. Okay, so these, I'm going to take these, and we're going to kind of just put those two. Yeah, I'm not going to do the sound effects again. But we're going to kind of put those like that. And then we're going to put our sentiment kind of right there. And I know it looks like it's going to get lost, but I think we're going to make it work. I made it work on the other cards, so we're going to make it work on this one. All right, so I'm going to take, oops, if I can get them off of here. I'm going to take dimensionals, and we're going to put these on like so. Okay, so let's get our circle put on first. So I'm going to place my circle right in the middle-ish. Okay, then I'm just going to take a dot of glue, and I'm just going to put it on that little succulent plant there, and kind of just overlap that a bit. I still want to be able to see some of that designer paper, so that works just like so. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, knowing the portion that's just going to be on that circle portion. And I kind of have it at a slant, making sure some of the little, you know, flowers are hanging over the edges. Voila. And then I'm going to pop this up as well. So we've got quite a bit of dimension going on here. I'm going to put a big one there, and I think, hopefully I brought some more dimensionals over. I think I have some more. Oh yeah, I've got a couple more packages there. Okay, we're going to put this right in the center. And kind of these muted pastels, I think, work great for a sympathy card, because it's not too bright and too like in your face, but it's more of that subtle tone to it. I really think that turned out beautiful. Okay, we've got a little strip of this. I am going to cut this down. Again, this is that same paper, the country lace. I am going to cut a 1/2 inch. And we're gonna do it the full length. So we're gonna do 5 1/2. Okay, that's gonna go in the inside to kind of just carry some more of that paper in. So that's gonna go right like so. Oh, my mom's dog is mad because she went out and got in the pool and didn't take the dog with her. Okay, we're gonna go like that. And now let's see our sentiments here. I think we're gonna say sending love. There it is. Sometimes when they are flipped around, they are hard to read, I tell you. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. And I think I'm gonna actually stamp that in Lost Lagoon. Let me find Lost Lagoon, and of course it is the last tray that I turn, because that's just life. Okay, Lost Lagoon. And I think we might stamp this down here, like so. I'm awfully shaky and I don't know why. Perfect. Then we've got plenty of space to write what we need to say as far as our sympathy card. But that is card number 1. I think that turned out just stunning. But I gotta find where I put my, oh, there they are. I was gonna say I have a bunch of embellishments. So I am going to use the Rhinestone Basic Jewels for this. You could also use the gray. This is called the Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. They would be really pretty on this, but I just really want some sparkle and shine going on here. So I am using the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I'm going to take the little ones. Now I'm going against what I normally always tell you guys, where I always say we need these in, then I'm gonna come in with the medium ones. You need to have an odd number for them to visually kind of catch your eye, but I'm going against what I normally say. I'm going against my own rules, so shame on me. But because I wanted to keep them in the centers of those flowers, I've got 4 flowers with the 4 little centers, and I actually don't think it really kills the vibe at all. Because normally I would say you'd need to throw a 5th one on there somewhere, but I'm not going to because I don't have to. And neither do you. It's not a golden rule. It doesn't have to be followed. It's just something that they say that aesthetically, if you have it in an odd number, it just looks better. But hey, I don't think it looks too bad like that. So we're gonna roll with it. Okay, so that is card number 1. Really pretty. I think that is gorgeous. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and do card number 2. So let me get myself put together again. Get all my little scraps out of here that I don't need. Okay, here comes card number 2. Let me get my outside. Okay, there's my inside pieces. Those are my inside pieces, so I'm going to set those aside for the moment. And then here are all my outside, or yeah, my front side pieces. This is 11 by 4 1/4. I have scored it at 5 1/2. So this is going to be a fun fold. I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half. There's my bone folder. Then what we're going to do, since this is 5 1/2, we need to cut this at 2 3/8. I think that's what I said. Let me double check just so I don't screw up my own card because, never done that before. Actually, 2 3/4 is what I need to cut. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's right. Where did I do my math from? Oh my gosh. Don't let me do your taxes. Okay, 2 3/4. We're gonna cut 2 3/4 off the front of this card, just like so. So you're gonna have 2 3/4 here, and then another 2 3/4 here. Okay, that is our card base. So keep this piece that you cut off. Don't discard that and throw it because you need it. Okay, let me burnish this down a little bit more because it's just not wanting to stay. And I need a drink. I can tell my throat is getting scratchy. All right, we've had the winds going on here and it has been very dry. And so that dust just kicks up and you get that in your throat. And all of us in my home have been waking up with a very dry, scratchy throat. It's just that time of year. Okay, and then, oh shoot, I forgot. Well, that's fabulous. I forgot the other, did I forget it? Oh my goodness, I did. But you know what, we're just gonna roll with this. We're gonna use a different embossing folder. I was supposed to bring over my Florals 3D, and I forgot it because that's just how my brain rolls. So we're gonna be good. It's not the end of the world. All right, so we've got these. This is just a scrap. We've got 2 pieces here that are going to be 2.5 by 4. Both of them are the same size because we now have 2 pieces here that are the same exact size. So one, we're going to run through the embossing folder. That should be the floral one, but I blew it and we're just gonna go with this. You know what, unless, I don't think my mom purchased that one. No, because I told her not to duplicate it because I already had it. Yep, nope, we're just gonna go with this. Okay, so one of those white pieces, since we have 2, we're gonna need one of them, and we're just gonna run that through our embossing machine. So again, this being the 3D folder, we need plate number 1 and plate number 4. Hinge goes in first. We're gonna run that through. Okay, again, beautiful little eyelet there. So that piece, we're just gonna go ahead and adhere it straight on the front flap here. Oh, it's bearing with me. Feels very empty. Okay, that we're gonna put right there. Give that a good push. Voila. Okay, then we've got the guts of this card, which you kind of have to have the guts before we do this so you can kind of really see how well this card gets put together. This is a piece of that 2024-2026 designer series in color. This is 3 by 4, and then we've got our little white piece that we would use for our sentiment. This is 2 3/8 by 4. And this paper looks just like this. It's got all of those new in colors in it. It's got great designs. You've got some of the lines, you've got floral, and that is in each pattern. And then you've got the little circles and then that little neat pattern back there. All of the 5 colors that this paper comes in. Again, look, you can see the petunia pop there. 2024-2026 in color designer series paper. This is fabulous. Now that comes in all of our colors as well. You can buy it in our different groups, the regals, the lights, or the neutrals, the subtles. It comes in that same pattern. I love that they changed the pattern this year. Okay, this piece is gonna go right like that. And I'm gonna use that lined pattern because that kind of looks good with the eyelet. You could flip it over and you could do, you know, that actually looks pretty good too. So you know what? I'm gonna do this card completely different. Woo! And I'm gonna throw the glue at myself. I'm gonna actually flip this over. I'll show you the other card and then you can see it. We're gonna roll with the floral because now that I didn't do the floral embossing folder, actually kind of looks good with that floral print. Now I cut this paper going the other way. So in order to get rid of that little edge there, I'm gonna take my bone folder and I'm just gonna run it across that so I don't have that like cut edge that's raised because I cut it on the flip side. Okay, this little white piece, I think I made that too thick. So actually that needs to get cut down to 1 1/4. Where did I put my trimmer? There it is. Because I told you it was cut at 2 3/8. It needs to be 2 1/4. I didn't do my measurement very well, I don't think. Let me see. Nope, 2 1/4. Okay, that's gonna bump right up to the edge of our cut piece there. So then the inside of that card will be very flush. Okay, but then that hides that inside part. So when we write on here, and they display this, they're still gonna see the front and this designer series paper over here. Okay, our next piece is this here. And then I have a scrap piece of white that we're going to do some decorating on this card. So for this, I need the sentiment that "so lucky to know you." So on our little piece here, that actually is going to adhere to this. Leave your scrap separate so you don't wind up grabbing it and stamping on it. And that would be no bueno, because it's not going to fit on your little pink piece that you need. Now this is that new color, the Pretty in Pink. I'm going to now take the "So Lucky to Know You" and I'm going to kind of stamp it all the way over towards the right, but kind of centered at the same time. Okay, beautiful. That turned out great. Let's cover this. And now we can set that aside and bring in our scrap. And so on our scrap, we're going to stamp our little tea kettle here, teapot, vase, whatever we're going to call it. Oops, that's not going to fit on that. So let's grab the bigger one. And we're going to use this floral image here. That will just fit on that. Okay. We're going to use Memento because then we're going to color in with our blends. Let me put the lid back on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that over here. Voila. And then our little tea kettle pot. Vase. That's going to go right there. Okay. Beautiful. Lid would be sitting right in front of me. All right, now we're going to use a couple of different colors here. We're going to grab let me make sure I grab all of the right colors because we still have to do our other card. We need our Granny Apple, or no, I lied. That is light Old Olive. I'm going to use my light and dark Pretty in Pink. I'm going to use Petunia Pop, but I think I'm only going to need the light one for that. Okay. Then I need my Ivory. And I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to roll with. Okay. So with my Ivory, I'm going to just go ahead and color this whole little pot. That end is a little bit too frayed. I'm a weirdo. I love the smell of these. I'm always like taking a good big whiff of this alcohol blend pen. No wonder why us stampers are so kooky. Over here sniffing the pens. And you can actually color outside of that because you're going to cut that anyways. Okay, there is that. Simple, voila, bingo, bango. I'm going to grab my Petunia Pop. And I'm going to grab one of my little blocks. And then there's this really neat little image right up here. Oh, Stays On smells really good too. It smells like almond. Like it reminds me of suntan lotion. I don't know what it is, but Stays On is amazing. I 100% agree with you, Cheryl. It does smell very good. Okay, I'm going to take my little image here and I'm just going to stamp that right there in the bottom of that pot. It's kind of cute. Kind of adds another little element to it. Okay, close that Petunia Pop back up. Now we're gonna flip around here to our, oh, get the lid off that. I'm gonna color in the leaves with my light Old Olive. Again, it's throwing my eyes for a loop, but we'll just hope that it is what it is and go with it. Okay, that looks like a leaf right there. Okay, that looks good. All right, now coming in with my light petal pink, I'm gonna go into these roses. Okay, I'm gonna say that is a petal. It might not be, but who's gonna judge? Okay, here's a big rose right here. Okay, we're going to grab my dark. And then I'm just gonna kind of add some of this to the center petals because we know that it's kind of darker down inside of a rolled up rose. And then leave my outer ones kind of more on the bright, lighter side. And then grabbing my, oops, that's not light. Here's my light. My light as I throw things. My gosh, my hands are not wanting to work today. Come on, get it together. We still got 2 more cards to finish here. I'm gonna take the light and just kind of fill in these little petals here. It's kind of like a kind of baby's breath, I guess you might call it. And I know baby's breath is supposed to be white, but again, my card will do what I want. It's my card and I'll do what I want. Okay, just kind of fill those little open areas in. Just adding some of that color. Okay, oops, I missed the whole branch down here. All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way because now we've got to cut these out. Is the Country Flowers one of the bundles with the extra discount? I would surely hope so. I don't believe, well, that being said, the bundle with this right here, the stamp set and the dies. Now there are 2 bundles that come in that whole suite collection. So let me not get it twisted when I say that. It's just on the bundles that are going to be the extra 10% off and the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. But yes, this bundle will be an extra 10% off. So will the Country, what did I say the other one was called? The Country Birdhouse will be an extra 10% off. But if you buy it as a whole for the suite collection will not be an extra 10% off. So my advice would be to buy them separately at that point because you're not getting a discount as buying it as a suite. You don't get any extra discount on that. That's to just ensure that you're getting all the things that go together and not having to try to make sure that you order each individual thing. But you're not saving any money by doing that. Okay, let me grab this. So yeah, you're definitely gonna wanna buy these 2 separate bundles while that sale goes on. And again, that starts on Wednesday. And do not use this host code though. If your order is under $150, please be sure to check my blog, or I've posted it over on Facebook. It is included in the description of this video, the current new June host code, not my old May one. All right, let me get to we're gonna need the little pot. Let me flip that around so I can get my tape on there, because I'm gonna cut both of these at the same time, might as well. Okay, like that, make sure that's all in place. And then I need this little floral here. And where did my other piece of tape go? There it is. Okay, make sure we got all those little sprigs in there. I think that's good. Tape that down. Of course, there's a piece of dog hair stuck in that tape. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get that going. Ugh. Snap, crackle, pop. We like that noise. Not only because I like Rice Krispies, but because I know it's doing its job. Okay, let's get that off of there without tearing anything. Okay, there's my floral image. Kind of didn't get that the straightest, but hey, it'll work. All right, let's get our little teapot. Short and stout. And then what else do I need? I think that was it. Okay, let me get my teapot put back in here so I don't lose anything, because God only knows if you've ever lost a die. Oh, it's like, you know, a needle in a haystack. All right, so there is that. Let's go ahead and adhere these two together. We're going to stick this right on our little cutoff piece. Center that a little bit better. Okay, our teapot is going to get a dimensional, and I did just have dimensionals out. Okay, like that. And then I have a brand new pack here. Put one there, and we'll do one more right above it. Okay, my teapot is gonna go right towards the bottom here. Like so, make sure that's centered. Voila, beautiful. And then we're gonna take our little flowers and we're just going to set those right like that. They're going to stick up a little bit past that piece, but that's okay. And that is what our focal point is going to look like. This is then going to get, we're gonna watch this side and both your top and bottom to make sure we get that straight. Now, once you get it where you like it and how it's going to be straight on your card, you're going to, well, this is at least how I do it. I put my thumb where I know I'm not going to need glue, and then I can put glue all on the area that I need, because then I don't want glue sticking past this, because that's gonna be open in our flap like that, right? So we only want the part that is going to be glued down to our little embossed part. So I'm gonna give that a good push to make sure it kind of sticks to, because it being embossed, it's gotta find its right adhesion areas. Okay, but then we have no glue over here because we don't want to glue our card shut. That kind of would be defeating the purpose. And so there is our super cute. Oh, it's pink. How could you not love it? Well, I guess if you don't love pink, then you wouldn't love it. But I happen to just love pink, which, I mean, how would you ever guess that? But so I think that is just so cute. And look, here's the other one. So this is where I use that Florals 3D embossing folder. I did a little bit of a different color here and I just didn't like it. I used the petal pink on the vase. and it just didn't do it. So I decided this time I was gonna use the ivory. I kind of like that more pale look. And on here, since I did the floral embossing, I did the stripes going down on this one. But then you can kind of see a different look to it here when you can see that I use more of the floral pattern inside and then use that eyelet embossing folder. Cool, right? So there are both versions. Oh, shoot, hold on. We did not add some bling, which we need. So let's put a little bit of bling on here. These are the 2024-2026 in color shimmer gems. So I'm going to grab a big one and put that right there. And then we're gonna grab a couple of those little ones because this card would not be complete without it. There we go. So there you can see both versions and see what you like best. So if you have this set and you wanna duplicate this card, absolutely go for it. Okay, so there's card number 2. Very cute. Okay, card number 3. Let me get the stuff for it. So card number 3, let me get the outside pieces pulled out of here. Come on. All right, our base is Misty Moonlight. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We've scored it at 4 1/4. That is my card base. Then I have a piece. This is the Country Lace Designer Series paper. I have chosen the side that has that smoky slate on it. That will go right there. Now that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then my next layer is another piece of Misty Moonlight. This is going to be, again, you'll find all these measurements over on my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com. They will be up by tomorrow morning. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Then we have a piece of that Designer Series paper that is now from, this is from the Country Woods Designer Series paper. This is that more wood grain look. So this is 4 1/4 by, 3 1/4 by 4.5. And so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere both of these. One of the delivery trucks must be here. UPS or FedEx, one of them. That's typically the only reason why she barks. Oh, unless my dad just got home from being in town. He's gonna be taking off on vacation to go up to Oregon and see his kids. He leaves on the 6th, 7th, something like that. And so he had to go make sure that he stocked up my mom's house, like their pantry and that kind of stuff before he takes off. Make sure all the essentials are purchased. Okay, there is that. There is that. This is going to get adhered right on here. But as you can see, I have one side that has kind of more of this yellow look into it. That's that wild wheat. And then we've got some of the darker. So I'm not sure if I want this to go this way. I don't know. We'll play with that and see which way we like it. Before I adhere it on there, let's get our other stuff going. We're going to need a scrap piece. This is the Shy Shamrock. Still learning those colors. I need a little tiny scrap of Pretty in Pink, a scrap of Peach Pie and Petunia Pop. I need a, this is going to be for my sentiment, so just a strip of basic white and then a bigger piece of basic white for my stamping. And so what I need to do on this green piece is find my dies under my pile of mess here. I need to take this leaf part. I need to die cut that twice on my piece of Shy Shamrock. That would be 2 times. And then we've got 2 of these little leaf patterns here. I only need that done once on here. And so when I have that done, now you will get the little baggie of your little pieces, like I was saying. You're gonna get 1, 2, and then that little tiny leaf that is down in there, right there. And then you get all these different die cuts of flowers. So I'm going to take one and do it on the pretty in pink, take the other one, do it on the peach pie, and then do it again over on petunia pop. And since you're gonna get 2 flowers of each, what you need is to have the large pretty in pink, and then the small one in peach pie, and the small one in petunia pop. Okay, set those aside, or actually put those back in here so I don't lose anything. But we're also gonna need, keep my little baggie here, that's still usable. All right, let's move all my scraps now since you know what we needed to cut. That's gonna go up there because things get lost, imagine that. Okay, coming back in with that big floral print, we're going to stamp that in Memento Black because we're going to be coloring that up with our blends. Okay, right like so. And then we need to get out our other little pot here. We had the teapot that we used for the last card, but now we're going to use this more of like a bucket. Or you've got a little table. You could use a table if you wanted to, but I'm gonna use the pot. Oops, that's not gonna be big enough. Let me move this sentiment since I'm done with it. Okay, so let's stamp the teapot, or bucket, whatever it is. You guys know. All right, cover my ink so I don't wind up throwing anything in there. And then we're gonna need Misty Moonlight to stamp our sentiment. And for this, I'm using the sentiment that says, best friend ever. Okay, I'm gonna grab the long block for that. Misty Moonlight. Okay, I'm gonna stamp that right there. And then I can cut that down as needed. So move that out of the way. Close my ink. So again, I don't shove anything in that because God only knows. Okay, let's see. So now let me get out all my colors that we're gonna need. We're also going to be using, this is that ribbon that is the white, and it also comes with the petal pink. It's a 2 ribbon combo. I'm also going to be bringing in my Baker's Twine Essentials pack. Now let's see all of these that I need. I'm gonna need my Petunia Pop light and dark. I'm gonna need Pretty in Pink light and dark. I'm gonna need Smoky Slate there. My bronze. We need Peach Pie light and dark, and then we need the Shy Shamrock. Yep, that took about just all those colors. Oh yeah, that's right, I have these sitting over here that we're done with. Okay, so that's where we're gonna need to color this stuff in. So I'm gonna use my bronze, and I'm just going to come down here and color the little stripe of the bucket. Okay, and the little stripe up here. Oh, I'm so shaky. I'm surprised I can color. That's so crazy. Okay, Smoky Slate, light and dark. I'm gonna take the light first, and just come in here and do this whole top area first. And again, you don't have to be too precise up at the top because it's going to get cut off anyways. Okay, I'm going to bring in the dark, and I'm just going to add a little bit of shadowing around the edges here. Because we are going to have the shadows of those flowers. Okay, and then I'll grab that lighter color and just kind of blend that out. Okay, same thing, grabbing the light. I almost grabbed the wrong one. Did you guys see that? Okay, now coming in with the dark. Now coming back in with the light and filling the rest of this in. Okay, there's the little pot. Okay, now we're gonna go over to our flowers. I'm gonna grab my light peach pie and do this plant here. With the light first. Okay, there's the light. Let's do the dark. Coming in down where some of these shadows would be. Okay. Done with that. Let's do our light pretty in pink. And I'm going to do this little flower here. And these little roses here. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the dark and just towards those topper ones where you would think it would be a little bit darker in there. And then the little one on here, I'm gonna do in the dark. And same up here, a little bit down at the bottom. Okay, now grab light petunia. Do this big flower here. Is that the flower bunch that has the matching DSP that you can cut out the flowers? No. This has the country lace and the Country Woods flowers. So it's more of that wood grain, and then you have that more of a country look to it. But no, they are not, the paper does not cut out these flower images. Because none of the paper has any flowers on them. I mean, it has like a little, this is part of the paper, that's part of the paper. This one, the first card that I made, the gray. So it's more of just textures, not actual flower images. Okay, there's that. Let's grab the dark. Come in here and just kind of add some of the dark into the bottom of this flower. Like that. And again, up here on some of these. And then towards the end, before I'm done, I am going to show you guys a set that I got that will be coming up in the our holiday catalog. I just went ahead and add some pink right into the center of that because I think that's kind of a cool look. And then I'm going to grab my Shy Shamrock and do the leaves. So when you become a part of Stampin' Up, so in other words, you join my team, you are going to get free shipping. You're going to get to pick $125 of product of your choice from any of our current catalogs. And if anything is on sale, the sale will reflect towards that $125. So in other words, if you join my team this month and you wait until Wednesday to do it, you're going to get that 10% off on those bundles that you add to your starter kit when you start putting your $125 worth of product that you choose into your starter kit. You can use items from our current catalog. You can use items from our online exclusives. Anything like that you can actually add to your starter kit. Now you're going to get free shipping. You're going to get a paper pumpkin kit in there, and you're going to pay $99, period. Besides what your city tax is, or state tax, whatever reflects towards your taxes that you normally pay on your items. But that being said, you are going to become a part of something that is so amazing. You're going to get a discount on all your future orders from there because you're going to start ordering under you as being a demonstrator. Now, that being said, being a demonstrator does not mean you have to make a business of this. You can be a discount shopper, which we call you, and there's no judgment that comes behind that because probably 85% of demonstrators are discount shoppers. They become team members to get that discount on all of their future orders. Now, we have a event that is coming up, and we were able to order a kit that was early that is going to be in that holiday catalog that I'm going to show you when we're done making this card. So you guys are not going to want to miss that. And that also brings me to that point of you joining my team. And so you can take advantage of some of those early releases that we have. Oh, geez. And joining some of those events that, you know, other people can't do. They just do it specifically for us as demonstrators. So it's kind of cool. Let me, shoot, I didn't mean to grab that big one. I meant to grab the little one, but I just wanted to drop everything and, you know, at least I didn't lose any fingers or toes. All right, so now we're gonna lay that there. We're going to grab the matching dies for that. So we need that little bucket right there. And we need that big floral again right here with those little swishies. Swooshies. Okay, well, that's not that straight. Don't want to slaughter that beautiful image there. And then our little pot right there. Get another piece of tape for that, hold it in place. And now let's get her done. Yes, amazing benefits of being a discount shopper, demonstrator. No judgment on what you decide to do with your being a team player, but there are so many things that you can join on being my team. You can become a part of Stamp Happy Academy that is only available to a certain few of us demonstrators. Now that is being on certain teams. There's certain, you know, extra perks that come along with being part of certain people's teams. So, but then you get a discount. So like, why wouldn't you? Okay, let's put those away. We're done with that. We're done with this garbage. And then let's start putting this card together. I did have some guts to my card. Okay, there's my guts. I was gonna say, let's not lose that. I have dimensionals here that we're going to need, so I don't want to cover those also. So I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way and start putting this together first. So let's not forget that we have all these that I'm kind of slaughtering back here. All right, that's going to go, let's move that up just a little bit. We're going to take these and just kind of glue them together. You know, just take a couple of these little leaves on the end with the other ones and then just kind of smush them together. Let those adhere. There's no right or wrong way to do that. Okay, and that's gonna go right back there. So I want those outer leaves just kind of floating freely, so I'm just going to put glue in the center. Oops, helps if I glue my pot down, right? Eee, crazy. Okay, we're gonna put that right like that. Okay, flip this around, put it down. I kind of turn it a little bit so some of those are hanging kind of lower, but whatever, you do it how you want it. That is then gonna go right there. So let's grab a dimensional or two. Or maybe 3 even, because I forgot to put one down there. Just put whatever amount of dimensionals you want. You do you. Okay, I'm going to put that where we kind of see a little bit of that band, right like that. Okay, beautiful, winning. Okay, I'm missing a flower. Oh, look, it tried to escape. All right, so I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on this tip of that pink. And on that petal, I'm going to kind of put that petal right in between those two leaves, kind of like so. So see how the leaves are kind of going between the two empty spaces? Okay, then we're going to stick these right along, whoops. Stick those right like that, and then, oops, come on, guy. Just stay there. You know you just want to be stuck together, so just stay that way. Okay, that's gonna go there, so let's go ahead and add these. So just a dot of glue on that one. That one's gonna go right here on the bottom. And then this one is gonna do the same thing. Right, like so. Then we're gonna put a mini dimensional. Right like that. And now that is gonna go right in between these two. Kind of like so. Okay. Now we need our sentiment, and I need my, where did I put it? I could have swore I had it sitting here, but oh, there it is. See, it was hiding. I have my little bow jig here. I'm going to take my white ribbon. Oops, I need that over one. And I'm gonna tie a little bow with that white. Just like that. Then I'm gonna take this, that's kind of the grayer of the 5 different colors. There's one that has kind of a gray tint to it. And I'm gonna take that and we're gonna kind of do the same thing. I'm gonna slide that one down. I'm gonna take this around twice. Yep. I'm gonna wait, hold on. I'm kind of getting a little ahead of myself here. Cut this off. Take that one off. I'm gonna double that so it makes a double bow. Now I'm gonna take this bow. How did I do this? Oh yeah, there we go. I'm gonna take that bow and I'm just gonna tie it, tie the ends into the center. If you can see what I'm doing, unless my fingers are in the way, because that wouldn't surprise me. But I'm gonna tie the tails around the center of that white bow, because I want it all stuck together like that. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna cut that off. And then now bring this around, bring it around town. There we go. And then all of my little pieces are together. Then I can fiddle with the little tails here. Flip that around. And I could be here all night long fiddling this, but we don't have all night long to spin on a bow, so we're just gonna call that good. Okay. Move this. Okay, I am going to grab a mini glue dot and we are going to place this bow on that mini glue dot. And I'm going to put that right kind of to the side like that. Okay, now we need to grab our little sentiment here and my paper trimmer. And I'm going to trim this down to just have it, that looks good. And then cut that end off like that. And now this is going to go right like, oops, I gotta adhere this to here. I was like, wait a minute, why is that not lining up correctly? Well, because you're missing the whole other half of the card there, lady. Okay, now that's gonna get adhered right to the center of that card base. Okay, I'm going to leave that like so. Now, depending on how you have your bow and what tails you have up or down or whatever, that's gonna tuck right behind there like that. Okay. I think I have this a little bit too far that way. Oops, and I just ripped it. So I'm going to cut, oops, wrong scissors. I'm going to cut just a little bit of this off and a bit of this off. There we go. Now we're gonna put mini, or not necessarily mini, but you can use the little outside edge of that. Well, thank you. Like I said, sometimes that coloring is kind of therapeutic. Unless you're on camera with people watching you, and then it's kind of like, oh gosh, don't screw up on this one. Okay, I'm gonna move that out of the way and place that right like that. Okay, just like so. And then we need to put, oh, see, I had this leaf popped up above that. That's okay. We'll just leave it alone. I'm gonna mess with it and really screw it up. Okay, now bringing in these, this is your basic gray and smoky slate pearls. I'm going to grab the smoky slate and I'm gonna use these smaller ones here. Put one there, one there, and one there. There we go. And all three of those little flowers. Okay, and then we're gonna do the inside of this card. Okay, so I had the inside right here. I've got to cut this piece down. I think I'm going to do it at 3/4 this time. I want it a little bit thicker in there. Grab my inside piece and we're going to adhere this down. Take off my glue booger because we don't want that getting in there. Okay, flip that around, add that right to the bottom, like so. We could look and see. We have best friend ever, and we can put so lucky to know you, because, you know, we're happy to know our best friends, right? So using my Misty Moonlight again, I'm gonna stamp that right in the center, just like that. And then put that away. And glue that inside of my card, and voila. So when you come in here and you watch this video, be sure to like, comment, share. But when you go to comment and you've done all of those things, make sure you comment in here that you've liked and shared, because it does not let me see anybody's names when you have done those things for me. That is what's gonna get you entered into the drawing for my beautiful cards that I share. And if you share my video, you also get entered into a drawing for some kind of little embellishments. So there is card number 3. Let me bring in all of these cards so you can see them again. Let me get some of the mess cleared out first so I can actually bring those cards in to show you. So there are this week's cards. I hope you guys enjoy this. I would definitely look at this set. There's a lot of different cards that you can create with this. We made a friends card. We made a sympathy card. So lucky to know you. Really, really beautiful cards that you can create. And all 3 very different looks to them as well. This paper is fabulous and really helps with making these cards look the way that they look also. So there are 3 cards for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed these very beautiful and fun cards. I am going to show you the set that I got. Now, the event that I will be attending in June is called Creativity Now, and it is for us demonstrators. So look at this paper. I'm going to show you the paper right off bat because this is kind of like your holiday, because again, it's going to be in the holiday catalog. I hope. Sometimes they do that and then they don't put it in that catalog. They'll put it in the one for January. But because this is kind of Christmassy themed, I'm going to assume that they're not going to do that. So you've got these birds with this beautiful, I'm sure that's probably Lost Lagoon. I didn't even see what colors were on here. Then you've got those little fun birds. Now, speaking of birds that I was telling you earlier, this is so fun. Okay, then there's those 2. Ooh, those are cool. Oh, you know what? That brings me, you know how I think it was Vicky who asked if that other set went with those flowers. It looks like these dies will actually coordinate. Ah, look at there. Talk about dies going with your paper. That will cut that one out. And then this bird here will cut out that little bird. So this set actually has the birds matching the dies. Now let me see, how did I have this on here? Or how did they have it on there? There we go. And then we've got this. Oh, that's cute. Look, there's the little bird and it almost looks like little cactuses. And then you've got some of that birch wood with the birds flying in it. And then there is that. And then the last one is that. Look at that. That looks like a big birch branch. Okay, so there is the super fun paper. That paper to be watching for, that is called the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. Now let me show you the other stuff that goes with this. So you've got the dies that I just shared with you. I love this die right here. It's a great big die that's going to do some of those little sprigs. Bow, is it not called bow? Spruce sprigs, I guess. And then you've got one big one here. You've got this stamp set, which is called the Wintry Treetops. And then you've got some other little sprigs here. The birds that will coordinate with the stamps here. Some really neat sentiments, sending thanks and much love. Thinking of you always, a friend like you brings me happiness. So that's really cool. And then I bought the whole suite collection. So then there's the birch wood 3D embossing folder that looks like the birch wood. And then we've got the embellishments that is earth tones, shimmer gems. And then look at how wonderful that is. Oh, it's just delicious. Love those colors. Natural tones, linen thread. In love with this and those. Very, very fun. So when I attend that event in June, I will be sharing with you guys, and so is probably a million other demonstrators that you follow and watch, that you're going to be seeing tons of cards coming out using this fabulous set and kind of get you in that whole fall Christmassy kind of mode, I guess you might say. So yeah, all right, you guys, thank you so much for coming in here and joining me. I will bring these over one more time so you can see what we have created for tonight. I so appreciate you guys coming in and spending your evening with me. Thank God we finally got YouTube to work. I mean, obviously it was human error, not anything that YouTube was doing wrong. It was just me trying to figure things out because, hey, guess what? We're human and sometimes that happens. So thank you guys so much for spending your evening with me. I so appreciate you guys being in here. I love you all and have a great week. Be sure to be a part of my Pink Barn Stampers group so you can get the supply list that you're gonna need for this month's mystery stamping. And I will see you guys next Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.